Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at Lagunitas Pils, Czech style Pilsner from California and Illinois. Okay, this was introduced in 1997. Apparently the ABV has changed. It's currently 6.2 with 35, 6.0 with 35 international bitterness units. Got that off their website. Don't know about the malts, but they use Saaz hops. The bros say it's good, and Beer Advocate overall says it's good. So B and B. 65 out of 100 on Rate Beer, 92 out of 100 for the style, but most excellent on the Beer and Me. And I bought this at Stein's Deli. This is the last of the Stein's Deli pickup. Have to go back again. Like Adam and Eve, Isaac, Ishmael, all these different people. Ales and lagers different as can be. Still, we must love them for who they are. All right. Well, now, that's a thick, pretty much straight up white head, and the appearance is golden with a lot of powdery sediment under this rather strong light and some lazy ascending bubbles. 6%, sort of like a malt liquor. It is a malt liquor. It smells pungent, bready, and yeasty. Yes, bready, yeasty, biscuity, cracker. And then here come the hops. Well, actually the hops are there right at the beginning of the sip. I just can't say both things at the same time. It's quite hoppy. 35, yes, it shows the full 35 hop bitterness. The grassy hops from, the Saaz hops are grassy. It's medium bodied, certainly has body. There's a lemony aspect in the undertaste. It finishes crisp and refreshing. I have an examination coming up in a few weeks of Pilsner Urquell. I've done reviews for that already. Some Pilsners, they seem like they don't pull it off. I had one that had an aspirin aspect and it was kind of gritty in the mouthfeel. Wasn't too thrilled with that. But this is really fine. I don't think just good is a fair score, Beer Advocate. And the bros saying good, B. I have to say what the Beer and Me is saying, an A, most excellent. A most excellent beer indeed. So, laissez-les bon temps roulé. One to get. Buy it and try it, and you're almost certainly going to like it. Excuse me. And before we close out this video review, two different Prague devices. Here's 1974 football. Street Smith's football yearbook. Brad Davis of LSU on the cover. Louisiana State University, A&M College. Oh well, all kind of different information. The Deep South, where I is. Let's see what they say about Tulane. Independence. Tulane was not in a conference for another 22 years. It says Benny Ellender expects to have a very fine football team at Tulane. His expectations were not fulfilled, and he was fired after the 1975 season, I believe. Here's Steve Foley, who played many years in the NFL, but not as a quarterback. And there's Charlie Hall, who would have probably made it in the NFL, but he blew his knee out at Tulane. He was my 9th grade PE coach. Nice guy. Really nice guy. John Sawyer at Southern Mississippi, not familiar with him, but I am familiar with quarterback Jeff Bauer. You may know about Jeff Bauer. He was a long-time head coach at Southern Mississippi. Then he got fired because he didn't win enough. Bet they were sorry after they fired him and they were 0-12. Okay, after a few years. North Texas State knocks the ball loose from Wichita State. Wichita State is one of those teams that was forced to drop football because of expenses, not to mention Title IX problems, but just a lack of support. And I went to a game in 1984, Wichita State Shockers at LSU, and that was interesting, especially after they got rid of football a few years later. I said, well, at least I got to go see a game against them. Alabama, they've had some success in college football. My daddy never did get pro football magazines. He watches it, but he's not as into it as he is college. But here's old Vanderbilt in Alabama. Well, we could go over this all day, could we not? And people would say, you could. I'd never watch a channel. All right, but anyway, some football fans like it. More Tulane, Mark Olivari and Terry Looney. Oh boy, 1975, the first year of Tulane in the Superdome. These are photos from '74 when they were still playing in the old Tulane Stadium, which was torn down. And now there's a new Tulane Stadium. Y'all come on down to New Orleans!